I mean, I think for the people that's watching the video element of this conversation, we'll be able to see it, and I'm pointing to it right now. Now, I actually have your album cover posted up on one of the screens right here. So for people out there that want an idea what the album cover look like, if you can look right here on the screen, you see it, and it's a pretty dope album cover. Like, what made you go with this? As a opposed to any other kind of where you could have went with your album cover.
Oh, I love this album cover. So like I said earlier, I always lean a little edgy, and I love a good like lingerie and leather moment. Mm-hmm. So I knew I wanted to do a ton of shots like in that outfit or really similar outfits. And I just got like a last minute idea of like, what if I just put a damn sparkler in my mouth? And my photographer, John, who was like the most loving, he played along so well, because when we shot that picture, it was like literally 20 degrees outside, and I was like naked under a bridge in Queens. My manager is freezing to death. He's freezing to death. And I'm like, okay, guys, I'm going to like strip and light a sparkler on fire. And luckily I've built a good enough scheme to where they're just like, okay, no problem. But he took a ton of shots in like, the 2 minutes that sparkler was lit. Uh-huh. And when he like sent them back, he like, emailed, he was like, I think you guys are gonna really love it. And I like pulled up the images, and I was like, because there were some other cool images in this shoot, don't get me wrong. Uh-huh. Like there were some great things that could have been, but we pulled up this image and I was like, I love it. I need it. It's Emily's party. It's sparkler. It's naked. It's a little rock and roll. It's like, it was such a vibe. I'm in love with the cover. And then the original cover was black and white, and my like colors, like I always just use black and red for everything. I'm not a big color girl. I'm a big like neutral black with red girl. Mm-hmm. So my like graphic designer was like, we could just make it red. And I'm like, I love everything about this entire conversation. Please make it red. And that's it. And then we picked it, and I was like, this is perfect. I love it. It's everything I wanted.
It's very creative. It's very, it kind of like gives you like a understanding, right away when you look at it as to what the album is going to be about. And I'm like, I kind of, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I wish I would have used this picture instead of, the other picture that was included along with your package and everything like that. Because I think people would really get an understanding and a feel for what this, particular album would be about. And I definitely like it, And with that being said, I got to ask you, you're welcome. I got to ask you 2 questions as a matter of fact. One,
sure.
Well, all of those good, nice warm days that we have, y'all had to choose a 20-degree day to go shoot the video.
Listen, it was just how it worked out. Uh-huh. It was when he had time and we had time, and it was literally just what worked. I was like really excited. I'll shout him out. John Taylor is my photographer, and he's so talented and so busy. So when we like hit him up, I was like a little nervous that he was going to be like too busy to do it, because we were kind of in a time crunch. Like when we went to shoot it, I like needed it done within like a couple weeks time frame.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I know you're so busy and so talented, but please. And he basically, him and Amber were going back and forth, and we just like found one day that worked for all of us. And I was like, great, sold. I'll take it. Thank you so much. And then like, of course it happened to be 20 degrees that day, but like, what are you going to do? Sometimes you just got to freeze for the art.